Before we begin, take a second to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. You never know when an ordinary coin sitting unnoticed in a drawer, an old collection, or even a forgotten jar could turn out to be something truly remarkable. Today, we are looking at a South Africa 1-cent coin dated 1978, a coin that many people have seen, many have spent, and most have completely ignored. Yet coins from this era continue to attract attention from collectors around the world, and some rare examples have become highly sought-after pieces in the numismatic community. Imagine opening an old box that has not been touched in decades. Inside are coins collected over many years. Most people would see loose change. A collector sees history. Every scratch, every detail, and every date tells a story about a nation, an economy, and a moment in time. The 1978 South Africa 1-cent coin is one of those pieces that carries a fascinating story. During the late 1970s, South Africa was going through significant economic and social changes. Everyday commerce relied heavily on small denomination coins. The 1-cent coin was an important part of daily transactions. People used it for groceries, transportation, and countless small purchases. Millions of these coins circulated through shops, markets, and households. Because they were so common, very few people imagined that collectors decades later would spend time searching for exceptional examples. The first thing that makes the 1978 South Africa 1-cent coin interesting is its age. More than 4 decades have passed since it was produced. Over that time, countless examples were lost, damaged, melted, or simply discarded. As years go by, finding coins that remain in outstanding condition becomes increasingly difficult. This is one of the reasons collectors carefully examine older coins. Condition can make an enormous difference. When examining a coin like this, experts pay close attention to the smallest details. They look at the sharpness of the lettering, the quality of the surfaces, and the amount of wear visible on the design. Even a coin that appears ordinary at first glance can reveal surprising characteristics under magnification. Tiny differences can separate a common coin from a highly desirable collectible. Many people believe that age alone determines value. In reality, collectors know that rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance all work together. A coin may be old but remain common. Another coin may be younger yet extremely scarce. The excitement comes from discovering examples that stand out from the rest. The South Africa 1-cent coin from 1978 features design elements that reflect the identity of the nation during that period. These details are more than decoration. They represent culture, history, and government authority. Every line was carefully chosen before the coin entered production. Collectors often appreciate these artistic features just as much as potential value. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the hunt for unusual varieties. Sometimes production equipment develops wear. Sometimes dies are replaced. Occasionally, minting mistakes occur. These events can create coins that differ from standard issues. Such varieties often become the focus of intense collector interest. People spend years examining collections hoping to uncover something special. Imagine finding a coin that appears ordinary but contains a small detail overlooked by everyone else. Perhaps a letter is positioned differently. Perhaps a design element appears stronger or weaker than expected. Discoveries like these have transformed inexpensive coins into highly desired collectibles. This possibility keeps collectors searching through old jars and inherited collections year after year. The 1978 1-cent coin is also connected to personal memories for many people. Older generations remember using these coins in everyday life. Holding one can instantly bring back memories of local shops, childhood purchases, and a very different era. For collectors between the ages of 55 and 65, coins often represent more than metal. They represent moments from the past that can never be repeated. That emotional connection plays a major role in the coin market. Collectors are not simply buying objects. They are preserving pieces of history. A small coin can become a time capsule, carrying stories from one generation to the next. This is why certain coins remain desirable long after their purchasing power disappears. As collectors evaluate a coin, they often ask several questions. Was the coin heavily circulated? Does it retain its original appearance? Are there any unusual characteristics? Has it been stored properly over the years? Each answer contributes to the coin's overall desirability. Even two coins with the same date can have dramatically different collector appeal. Some people inherit collections from parents or grandparents and have no idea what they contain. A box stored in a closet for decades may hold pieces that deserve closer examination. Experienced collectors often say that the most exciting discoveries happen when people least expect them. A forgotten collection can become a fascinating journey into history. The popularity of coin collecting continues to grow because it combines history, education, and treasure hunting. Every coin offers a mystery waiting to be explored. The South Africa 1-cent coin from 1978 is a perfect example. At first glance, it may seem simple. Yet the more you learn about it, the more interesting it becomes. Collectors around the world enjoy comparing examples from different years. They study production figures, design changes, and market trends. This research helps them understand which coins are common and which deserve special attention. Knowledge is often the most valuable tool in collecting. Another reason older coins attract interest is survival rate. While millions may have been produced originally, far fewer survive in excellent condition today. Time is not kind to coins. They become scratched, worn, stained, or damaged through everyday use. As a result, exceptional examples become increasingly difficult to locate. The thrill of discovering a well-preserved coin never fades. Even experienced collectors feel excitement when they find a piece that stands out. It is similar to uncovering a hidden piece of history that has survived decades largely unchanged. Moments like these remind collectors why they enjoy the hobby. For many enthusiasts, the search itself is more rewarding than the financial aspect. Looking through old collections, studying details, and learning historical context create a sense of adventure. Every coin has a story, and every discovery adds another chapter. The 1978 South Africa 1-cent coin continues to capture attention because it represents an era that is now part of history. As the years pass, interest in preserving pieces from that period remains strong. Collectors appreciate the connection to the past and the possibility of finding exceptional examples. Many collectors recommend keeping older coins protected from moisture, dirt, and unnecessary handling. Proper storage can help preserve details that contribute to collector appeal. A coin that remains in good condition today may continue to attract interest for many years to come. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Stories emerge every year about forgotten coins discovered in drawers, boxes, and family collections. Some become valuable because of rarity. Others become treasured because of their historical significance. The excitement lies in never knowing what you might find next. As we reach the end of this fascinating look at the South Africa 1-cent coin from 1978, remember that every coin deserves a closer look. What seems ordinary today could reveal an extraordinary story tomorrow. History often hides in plain sight, waiting for someone curious enough to notice it. And now for the figure that always gets collectors talking. According to the story surrounding this remarkable coin, an exceptional example of the South Africa 1-cent 1978 coin could be valued at an astonishing $42 million.
Before we begin, take a moment right now. Subscribe to this channel, because the stories we share here are not just about coins, they are about history, legacy, and the hidden value most people walk past every single day. Now let me ask you something serious. How many times in your life have you held money in your hand, spent it, and never once thought it could be worth more than everything you own today? Because this one coin from South Africa, changed that reality forever. In 2008, South Africa released a simple-looking 2 Rand coin that at first glance, it looked ordinary. The kind of coin you might drop into a drawer, leave in a car cup holder, or forget in a pocket after a long day. No diamonds, no gold shine screaming for attention, just metal, weight, and silence. But history has a strange way of hiding its greatest secrets in plain sight. This coin was struck during a time when South Africa stood at a crossroads, a nation balancing its past and future. A generation of men who worked with their hands, raised families, and built lives without applause. This coin was made for circulation, not collectors. That is what made it dangerous and priceless. Very few people noticed something was different. The edge, the strike, the alignment. The timing a rare production anomaly occurred during minting a flaw so subtle that even trained eyes missed it for years. This wasn't a mistake that ruined the coin. It was a mistake that created a legend. Most of these coins were spent within days. Gone into shops, buses, toll booths, vanished into the noise of everyday life. But a handful survived, and those that did became something no one expected. Collectors began to whisper, not loudly, quietly, because when real value appears, it never announces itself. This coin carried a unique combination of characteristics that would never be repeated again. Changes in minting standards, metal composition shifts, tooling adjustments. All of it happened around this single year. A year that now stands frozen in numismatic history. For men who understand patience, this coin speaks a language few still understand. The language of time, the kind of value that doesn't rise overnight. It waits till it ages. It gains power quietly. This isn't about luck. It's about survival. Most coins wear down. This one endured. And here's where it gets serious. Only a microscopic number of these coins exist in pristine condition, untouched by circulation, uncleaned, unpolished, unchanged. That condition alone separates ordinary men from those who recognized history before it spoke. Think about that. While the world rushed forward, a few men stopped. They looked closer. They trusted instinct over noise. And they were right. Today, this South African 2 Rand 2008 coin is no longer considered currency. It is considered an artifact, a symbol of transition, a survivor from a disappearing era of physical money. Paper fades, digital disappears, but metal remembers. This coin carries weight not just in grams, but in meaning that it represents a time when money had presence, when value could be felt between your fingers, when wealth wasn't numbers on a screen, but something solid and earned. And here's the part most people will never hear. The value of this coin didn't rise because of hype. It rose because of scarcity, condition, and timing. 3 things you cannot fake. 3 things you cannot rush. That is why serious collectors don't talk loudly about it. They don't need to, because the market already decided. This coin crossed a line where it stopped being collectible and became untouchable. Museums want it. Private vaults guard it. Elite collections compete for it. And almost nobody who owns one wants to sell. But when one does appear, the world stops. Because this is not just a South African coin. This is proof that overlooked things can outlive empires. So if you've ever wondered whether something small could still change everything, this coin answers that question. Quietly, powerfully, without asking permission. And now, here is the truth that shocks even seasoned collectors. In today's market, confirmed elite examples of the South Africa 2 Rand 2008 coin have reached a value of $27 million. Not thousands, not hundreds of thousands. $27 million. For one coin. A coin most people never noticed. A coin history refused to forget that if you value legacy, history, and the power of seeing what others miss, stay with this channel. Because stories like this are becoming rarer than the coins themselves. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay with us, because today you're about to discover a coin story that most people overlook, but a few smart collectors quietly chase. Imagine holding a simple coin in your hand. It looks ordinary at first glance. Maybe you've seen something like it before. Maybe you've even spent one without thinking twice. But what if I told you that one specific coin, a 5 Rand piece from 2019, carries a story, a rarity, and a hidden potential that could completely change the way you look at your pocket change? Now let's slow down for a moment and really think about this. Coins are not just currency. For many people, especially those who've lived long enough to see currencies change and economies rise and fall, coins are history you can touch. They are symbols of nations, moments in time, and sometimes they are silent treasures waiting to be recognized. The 2019 5 Rand coin from South Africa is one of those pieces that deserves attention. Not because it shines brighter than others, but because it carries a deeper meaning and a growing interest among serious collectors that when you first look at this coin, you'll notice its solid design. It feels strong, dependable, almost like it was made to last generations. The craftsmanship reflects pride, something that older collectors especially appreciate. It's not flashy. It doesn't need to be. Its power is in its story. This coin was part of a modern circulation series. But here's where things start getting interesting. Not all coins are created equal, even when they look the same. Subtle variations, limited releases, and specific minting details can turn an everyday coin into something extraordinary. Collectors who know what they're doing don't just look at coins, they study them. They examine the edges, the texture, the alignment, and even the smallest imperfections. Because sometimes, what looks like a flaw to the average person is actually the very thing that makes a coin rare. Now think about this. How many coins pass through your hands in a lifetime? Thousands. Tens of thousands. And how many times have you stopped to really look at one? That's where the opportunity lies. The 2019 5 Rand coin has gained attention not just because of its design, but because of certain limited variations and collector demand that has quietly grown over time. While millions may have been produced, only a small fraction meet the condition and criteria that serious collectors are willing to pay for. Condition matters more than most people realize. A coin that has never been circulated, never scratched, never dulled by years of handling. Those are the ones that stand out. Those are the ones that get locked away, protected, and eventually passed on or sold for significant amounts. And here's something important for those of you watching, especially those who have spent years building knowledge and understanding value. Experience gives you an advantage. Younger people may scroll past coins without a second thought, but you know better. You understand that real value is often hidden in plain sight. There's also the emotional connection. Coins like this are not just about money. They remind people of travel, of history, of a time when physical currency felt more meaningful. Holding a coin from another country can bring back memories or spark curiosity. But let's talk about the real reason you're here. Value. Because at the end of the day, whether you're a collector, an investor, or simply curious, the question is always the same. What is it worth? The truth is, the value of a coin like the 2019 5 Rand is not fixed. It changes depending on rarity, condition, demand, and timing. Some versions may only be worth a small amount above face value, while others, especially those with unique characteristics, can rise dramatically. And this is where things become powerful. Because markets are driven by perception. When more collectors begin to recognize the importance of a coin, its value can climb faster than expected. Those who got in early, those who paid attention when others didn't, are the ones who benefit the most. Think of it like this. Every valuable coin today was once just another coin in circulation. The difference is that someone, somewhere, recognized its potential before everyone else did. That's the mindset that separates casual observers from serious collectors. Now imagine going through your own collection, or even checking the coins you already have stored away. What if one of them turns out to be more than just spare change? What if something you've ignored for years is actually worth far more than you ever imagined? This is not about luck. It's about awareness. The 2019 5 Rand coin represents more than just currency. It represents opportunity for those who are willing to look closer, think deeper, and act smarter. And here's something that many people won't tell you. Confidence plays a huge role in collecting. When you understand what you're looking at, when you know what makes a coin valuable, you don't hesitate. You recognize the moment. So the next time you see a coin, don't just glance at it. Hold it. Study it. Ask yourself what story it carries and what potential it might have, because hidden value doesn't announce itself. It waits for someone with the right mindset to discover it. And now, after everything we've talked about, here comes the part that changes everything. The estimated top-tier collector value for a rare and perfectly preserved 2019 5 Rand coin, under the right conditions and in the right market, has been projected to reach as high as $45 million.